Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Taz-Mania for the Sega Master System. We are now on level 5 after having beaten level 4 in the previous video, and compared to level 4, the music here is among the most monotonous in the entire game. You hear 8 seconds of it, you hear it all. Just the first 8 seconds. And you want to be very careful on that platform so that way you don't die. Which would be a bad thing to do. Up there leads to nothing but an enemy. I wouldn't even bother going over there. Also, before going up those platforms, get some food. Also, going up the platforms is recommended. I don't think there's anything on the other end past the food on the right. So, gonna have to be really careful jumping around over here, because you never know when the game's gonna give you a hard time. I would hate for this game to give me a hard time. I would say that the game is giving me a hard time right now, but at least I'm kind of paying attention. Also, jumping around isn't that bad. I'm kind of surprised. And I needed a drink like no tomorrow right there. So Section 2 has these spider-like enemies, and you definitely want to avoid those. I spun into that on purpose, just to ensure that I wouldn't accidentally run into it. These jumps are doable. They can be pretty darn nasty. Also, yeah, it was better that I went down there, just to avoid a nasty ending. Alright. As you can see, more platforming. And man, I did not mean to go off the edge to the left like that, but it didn't kill me. I am amazed, to tell you the truth. Yeah, sometimes Taz can be a tad slippery, and here you want to break the blocks, but not these ones. Don't break those blocks. You'll die if you do. And I will have to spin to get up there. Perfect. And you also want to be very careful so that way you don't get hit by one of the jumping spiders. I want to think they're spiders. On the way to wherever you want to go. Especially near the end. I do not like these slopes, by the way, because you can't stand still on them. And sometimes it's better to take a hit when you know you're gonna be on the ground when you leap. Kinda like near the end there. Really easy to die there too, but thankfully I kinda prioritize my survival and what to do. And now, the final boss. This bird. You want to keep jumping up and hitting it when it flies back and forth in the air. And when you see it do anything but fly back and forth or fly around in a zigzag pattern while going back and forth, that's when you don't hit it. Don't attack it while it attacks, because you will get hurt. And apparently you did one more pass. Sometimes it attacks once, sometimes it attacks twice, sometimes it attacks 3 times. Also does 2 passes back and forth whenever it flies in a zigzag pattern like that. Just watch what it does. It is a little random, but you can eventually figure out what it's doing. And once it drops straight down after you hit it, you've won. You've beaten the final boss. You've beaten Taz-Mania for Sega Master System. Enjoy your final points. Also, there is a 1-up in the first section and I didn't grab it. Oh well. And when you beat the boss, it turns out the baby bird that hatches out of the egg that Taz wants so much thinks Taz is its mother and relentlessly runs after him. Just like in the Genesis and Game Gear versions. And just like that, this game has come to an end. And that is it as far as Taz-Mania for Sega Master System is concerned. Nice little version of the game, this. A shame that it didn't come out outside of Europe, given that it came out in 1992. But it's a fun version of the game nevertheless. Graphics are pretty good, and I do like the variety of colors that are used. I mean, it's pretty bright when you start, but it becomes darker and darker as you progress. And sound and music, I had no problems with the sound, though the music is kind of repetitive near the end when you're on the final level where the valley is. Gameplay is pretty good. I didn't have much in the way of problems with it. But Taz can be a little slippery sometimes. He moves faster when he's in the air than when he's on the ground. And sometimes Taz will have a little burst of speed when you're double tapping buttons sometimes and you're in a bit of a panic, just trying to make sure that you're on good footing and not doing something you don't want to do, like what happened a little earlier. It's flawed, but it works. Also, I do like the fact that you can use the spin to get to platforms in mid-air if you need to. Also, I find it interesting that you hear that little jingle when the game is loading. I was wondering what that was. As well as the replay value, once you beat the game, there's not going to be much to bring you back. I mean, you could play this game to see if you can beat it again, and you can easily get through this anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. Definitely on the 30-minute side if you know what you're doing. And is the game worth picking up? It's definitely worth giving a shot. It's definitely simple and a tad easy as far as Looney Tunes based platformers go. But I did enjoy this one, despite its simplicity as well as some of its flaws. And we're just going to have this same demo over and over? Really? That's how we're ending this? And I played better than the demo. Well, anyway, this has been Let's Play Taz-Mania for the Sega Master System. Hopefully we'll be back with another game. Hopefully I'll be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching and see y'all later.